Ever wondered how some people can twist the truth and yet make it sound like poetry? In other words, lying directly to you, but somehow you're the one nodding along. This is not an accident. It's a playbook. George Orwell saw it coming decades ago, and he hid it in a story about pigs, horses, and a farm that goes horribly wrong. Not just a book report, though. What Orwell uncovered is still happening right now, in politics, marketing, even the way we talk to each other online. And today, we're exploring that in further detail. We're talking about the secret moves, the pretty words, the sneaky tricks, and how they're still being used to quietly shape what you think, buy, and believe. By the end of this video, you'll never hear a speech, an ad, or even a news story the same way again. What is Animal Farm actually about? It's not just a weird cartoon where animals talk and build windmills. Animal Farm is Orwell's brutal take on how revolutions start out full of hope and then crash and burn because of manipulation, greed, and language games. The animals rise up, throw out the humans, and then, very slowly, the pigs in charge become worse than the humans they replaced. This is a warning. It's not the guns that enslave you. It's the words. Now here's the real core idea. Language is a weapon. Orwell wasn't only telling a simple story, he was showing that whoever controls the language controls the reality. You don't need armies if you can rewire people's minds. Take Squealer, for example, the pig whose whole job is to explain away every bad thing happening on the farm. He essentially rewrites history overnight, changing the rules painted on the barn walls. One day it's all animals are equal. Then it's all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. And somehow, nobody questions it. Because once the words change, reality changes as well. There's real science behind this, by the way. It's called the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis. The idea that language shapes how we even think. You don't have the words? You can't even imagine the idea. One of the tricks Orwell shows us is reframing. Bad news? Make it sound like a good thing. Pain? Call it progress. Failure? Call it a necessary sacrifice. When the animals' food rations get cut, Squealer doesn't say, "Hey, you're getting less food." Instead, he says, "It's a readjustment." This makes it sound almost positive. We do this today all the time. Companies don't fire people anymore. They right-size the workforce. Governments don't spy. They collect intelligence for national security. It's all about framing. And our brains fall for it hard. Because according to psychology's framing effect, the way information is presented completely changes how we feel about it. Another crafty but essential trick is repetition. You don't need a good argument if you say the same simple thing many times over. On the farm, the sheep are trained to chant, 4 legs good, 2 legs bad, over and over and over, no thinking required. It drowns out debate, it crushes critical thought, and it works because of something called the illusory truth effect. The more you hear something, even if it's false, the more your brain starts to believe it's true. It's why slogans are short. It's why political ads never quiet down. It's why you end up singing jingles from brands you don't even like. Simple plus repeated equals truth. At least, that's how it feels. Yet another classic move Orwell nails is fear and enemies. When something goes wrong on the farm, do the pigs take responsibility? Of course not. They blame it on Snowball, the former comrade now branded a traitor. Did the windmill collapse? Snowball did it. Bad harvest? Snowball's fault. Every problem has a scapegoat, and the fear of the enemy keeps the animals too scared to question the pig's rule. It's a real-world tactic as well. Psychologists call it scapegoating. Blame an outsider, stir up fear, and you can distract people from all the rot happening inside. Sound familiar? But here's the trick that really makes it all stick. Small, gradual changes. Nobody wakes up one morning and says, "I think I'll hand over all my freedom today." Not at all. It happens inch by inch. First, the pigs take the milk and apples, for the common good. Then they move into the farmhouse. Then they start walking on two legs. By the time anyone notices how bad it's gotten, it's way too late to fight back. This is called the boiling frog phenomenon. If you heat up the water slowly enough, the frog won't jump out. It'll just simmer. Orwell didn't just understand politics. He understood human nature. Now, if you're thinking, this is only a story and would never happen today, I can assure you it's happening right now. When companies call layoffs a workforce transformation, when politicians tell you that giving up rights will protect your freedom, when the same slogan gets repeated so much it sounds like gospel, you're living in a modern-day animal farm. No pigs necessary, just prettier words and bigger microphones. So what can be done about that? Start noticing the moves. When someone adjusts the truth, pause. When you hear the same phrase many times, get suspicious. When a villain is invented to blame everything on, ask yourself why. And most importantly, go back to the source. Don't let someone else summarize it for you. Critical thinking will be your armor. If this video was beneficial to you, please like and subscribe. It really helps the video spread to more people. And as always, thanks for listening.